The story begins in the year 1964, when a little boy named Alan is boating with his parents and older brother Fred. Alan looks into the water and sees an unusual, mysterious creature there. He falls overboard and begins to sink, but underwater his gaze meets the eyes of a little mermaid. She touches his hand, and an inexplicable feeling of calm and happiness comes over the boy while they are shared by his parents, who rescue Alan from the water. Alan is sure he didn't dream the encounter, but no one believes him. Years later, he still retains memories of the encounter, though it seems to him just a magical fairy tale from his childhood. Alan has grown up working alongside his brother Fred in a large company that wholesales fruits and vegetables. Alan runs the business responsibly, while his brother Fred spends his time having fun and gambling. One day, Alan begins to feel dissatisfied with his life again. At some point he realizes that something deep is troubling him. He feels that he is missing love and a connection with someone special. At a friend's wedding, he suddenly realizes his loneliness and decides to retreat to Cape Cod to spend some quiet time there and reflect on his life. On Cape Cod, he meets an old friend, a boat captain, whom he asks to take him to a small island nearby. However, the boat's motor suddenly fails, and Alan is forced to swim to shore on his own. On the shore he falls into the water again and hits his head, losing consciousness. At that moment, a mysterious mermaid, the same one he saw as a child, comes to his aid. The mermaid pulls him ashore until he regains consciousness, and, mesmerized by him, she gently examines his face and hair, feeling a special connection to him. She knows she can't stay here for long, as she will soon have to return to the water, but takes his wallet to memorize it and perhaps find him. When Alan wakes up, he finds that there is no one else on the beach and returns to New York, retaining vague memories of his rescuer. However, his savior decides to track him down in the human world. She gets his address from his driver's license and decides to go to New York. Turning her tail into legs, she emerges from the water at the Statue of Liberty, attracting attention with her unusual and obviously unconventional appearance, even though she speaks no English and has no understanding of the modern world. Once downtown, she creates chaos around her until she is arrested and taken to the police station. However, when she calls Alan's name, the police find him through the number on the paperwork and contact him. Alan arrives at the station and is surprised to see the very same mermaid in front of him, who looks like an ordinary girl, only with some special glow and mystery in her gaze. She throws herself on his neck and kisses him, confusing him completely. Trying to understand who she is and why her behavior is so unusual, Alan decides to take her to his house. The girl calls herself Madison, having seen this name on a road sign. Alan gradually gets used to her oddities. She explores the world around her with genuine interest and childlike wonder, which both amuses and touches him. Madison cannot explain to Alan where she came from and avoids answering his questions when he inquires about her past. Despite her mysteriousness, Alan begins to fall in love with her as he senses an unusual sincerity and kindness in her. A romance develops between them, and they spend a lot of time together, enjoying every moment as if neither past nor future existed for them. Madison becomes enchanted by him and he begins to forget about his former life. Madison quickly adapts to life in New York, and although she is a little awkward around people, she seems genuinely happy when she is around Alan. They spend time together at parks, restaurants, and parties, but all the while Madison keeps the secret that she is a mermaid and that she can only stay on land for a few days. One day they end up at a store and Madison buys Alan a small nautical souvenir, hinting that the sea is part of her being. That same day outside, she accidentally douses herself with water and her legs turn back into a ponytail for a moment before anyone notices. All the while, a scientist named Dr. Kornbluth, obsessed with finding proof of the existence of mermaids, watches the strange phenomena and tries to figure out where this mysterious girl came from. He begins to suspect that she may be a sea creature. He goes to all sorts of tricks to expose Madison for her secret and prove to the world that she is a real mermaid. Soon Dr. Kornbluth sets a trap and douses Madison with water in a public place, causing her to turn into a mermaid right in front of the public. A shocked Alan realizes that his lover is the same mysterious creature he met as a child who saved him on Cape Cod. The police arrest Madison and place her in a laboratory for research, despite her fear and helplessness. She is kept in a huge tank of water where she is forced under strict surveillance while scientists conduct numerous studies to uncover the nature of her being. Alan, depressed and frustrated, cannot accept the way she is being treated and realizes that he is willing to do anything to save her. He realizes that her love and unusual nature mean more to him than he could have ever imagined. With the help of his brother Fred, who realizes how important it is for Alan to free Madison, they devise an escape plan. Under the cover of night, they manage to sneak into the lab, fool the guards, and free Madison. They flee to the ocean, pursued by police and scientists. On shore, Madison reveals to Alan the truth that if he goes into the ocean with her, he will never be able to return to land. Alan is faced with the choice of staying in the familiar world or following his love into the uncharted depths of the ocean. He makes the choice and, holding her hand, plunges into the water with her.